This is the journal I did for Paper Life by Lynn. It's a waxed paper bag journal that I actually covered once I waxed it. I covered it in vintage very old tablecloth fabric, and it's given it a nice feel. It's a really beautiful journal, and sorry about my mess, but it's the only angle I can get my camera to work on at the moment. But I just suddenly put that bulk pin on it and bling, and this beautiful lace that I got from a top, and I kept the back plain, and that's stitched into the back of the signature, so it ties up beautifully. And this is the sort of journal that I would carry around in my bag. It's the sort of journal I would write my notes in. That's an everyday journal. I use digital prints by Paper Life by Lynn. It's a day at the beach. It's a very cute journal. I did vintage, and I did colour. I just liked how it turned out. I did an envelope for the with a page. Sorry, I used a page. There was ephemera with an envelope made up, but I cut it up into a tag somewhere. And honestly, I can't find where I put a lot of the ephemera I did actually make. Now, I can't remember how many pages is in this. But yeah, there's that old tablecloth, and you can actually see how vintage it is. I used vintage music notes, and I decoupaged them to my pages. I love how it turned out, like the vintage and the hard to explain, the colour. And I'll show you what I mean when I come to the pages, because like I said, this is technically a journal that I would carry around in my bag. I made of that. That's actually from the cover. I did a couple of tags, but yeah, I just did some clips, little pocket there. There's a little bit of music sheet breaking the page as well, so that actually fits into that pocket, and that goes in there. I just thought it was a nice little element to add. I did a bit of decoupaging there as well. Some beautiful prints that you released with this kit. Like I said, it's a day at the beach. I used muslin for my end pages. I used vintage lace, added a bit of, well, again, it's decoupaged in, and it looks part of it. It honestly does look part of it. And this is actually vintage music anyway, but I like the dark vintage against that light, so I added that in. There's old ledger paper that got torn in the oven, but I like the way it looks, scrungy, and it's effective. And I used some cheesecloth. There's a baby. Little children at the beach. I thought this page was appropriate. I found this book at a thrift store, and I liked how it had the boat and the kids in the water. So there's different types of prints actually drawn in it, and I forget the artist's name. I've got it there somewhere. Again, you know, I thought it was pretty effective with the colours of Lynn's kit. Again, you know, I've done music notes, and I just honestly love how this journal turned out. Like I said, for my everyday journal, this just, or for any anybody's everyday journal. They all fit nicely in a bag, and there's a vintage leather, and that goes with the tag. Again, that's one of Lynn's prints. Now what I did a lot of printed heaps of pages, and normally I do, sometimes I print too many pages. So what I did, I actually threw them in ball tea, and this is the amazing colours I got. And you'll see it throughout the page, and I actually decoupaged a bit of doily there too. Oh, I just thought it went well with this journal. And they actually were from one of Lynn's other digital kits, Fairies in the Bloom. So yeah, this is the sort of journal I'd put in my bag. Take it everywhere, you know, write my notes down or reminders and things like that. I normally do the bigger journals for recordings of life events and stuff like that, but this is my to-go everyday would-be journal, where the other one is more writing about events and stuff like that. This is actually a pocket as well, or a tuck I should say. Again, that beautiful paper. I broke it down with a page of tea-dyed paper. I just really love the way it complements Lynn's digital kits. This was actually really yellow, and I dyed it with the tea and the gold, and it toned it right down. Again, I decoupaged a doily there, and you can actually write on it. And there's some vintage blue lace. Like I said, I love this for the fact that it's a good one, a good journal to have for everyday journal. I love the colours. What I like about it's a cheerful, very cheerful type of journal. Again, I decoupaged some newsprint. That newsprint is from, I think, 1956. Again, I used that tablecloth, and I love the effects it has with the page. This journal, I love the beach myself personally. Every chance I get, that's where I go. This is a page actually from the Fairies in the Bloom, and I chucked it in that boiling tea that I just bought actually, and like I said, let them soak, and this is the effect I got. I thought it was quite cute, very effective how it is. There we go. More dyeing of the page. So my ink, if it's really boiling water, my ink actually really runs. When on normal tea dyed pages, if I'm careful, I can actually I can tone my pages right down. But I felt with this journal it needed, it's the beach. With the beach you have colour. Again, you know, that's another one of her pages. And it's just amazing. It just, to me, it's a cute little journal. Love it. There's the centre of the signature. And more of Lynn's vintage prints. Another little pad. They're sewn. The first person I seen do these was Ethel May, actually. She sent me one in a swap, so I don't know who she's seen that did it. Here I put the vintage tablecloth as my for my centres. Looks good. Normally I hide my stitching, but I felt, I should do something different, so I did that, and I really like it, especially as there's part of that tablecloth again there. There's the paper again. Just goes so well with Lynn's digital kit. I just think it's very effective. Like the colour with a bit of vintage and a bit of, well, it looks like it's been eco dyed actually. And again, I decoupage the doily there. Just bits of, just to give it a bit of, I like adding stuff to a page if I can. Here's a lily, or lilies, or water lilies I think they are. I don't know what, oh yeah, they're winter lilies, white winter lilies. So that's from the Victorian Edwardian Ladies, which I really love that book. And again, I just love how the dyeing of this paper, how well it went with Lynn's digital kit. It just flows with it. I hope you can see this clearly. Sometimes it's so hard. My setup is not the best. I mean, you can see my mess, so I'm sorry about that. It's just the way I can only do it this way at the moment till I can figure out a good setup in this room. I've got an idea what to do. It's just a matter of doing it. You know what I mean? So again, I got the tones flow through. This was sent to me from a lady in a swap, and I really love it, and I just felt it went with the kit. Again, using various trims. Again, the flow of the colour. I just thought it was so effective. With Lynn's digital kit, which that was Lynn's kit too. It just, I dyed it because I had so much of it, you know, like I overprint. And I don't mind overprinting because it just gives me that effect anyway. And I've got stacks. I've got a box of them there that need to be done, you know, from overprinting. This is just a book page from a book from somewhere. Again, there's a little bit of dye in this, but I just use that old newspaper to decoupage with. There's part of that doily, and you can write on it. Just really, really, I used PVA glue. I was trying to think there from that, and there it is there again. It just went well with the kit. It's really a beautiful kit. Again, I've done another little pad in a Jenny leather with tuck spot using that vintage tablecloth. The little pads are so cute. What a good idea, Ethel, eh? Look, and since then I've seen other people doing them. I don't know who came up with the idea. I just love how they turn out. So there's a big pocket there. I embellished it, and a couple of journaling cards that go with it. I've got a tuck there, and then also a tuck under there. But at the moment, I might put that there. That was really nice working with this kit. I like the fact I could dye my pages the way I did, and then achieve the colours I have. Have the kids the other side of that beautiful book. There's a little boy near the water. I think he's holding the rod. And there's a nice little pin again, and use it to tuck things behind. Music paper, and again I decoupage some very old newspaper. Music, sorry. And that's very old itself, so. And I use this nice sateen. I just really like that. Again, I use Tim Holt for a little tuck. And there's a tuck behind there. And a tuck there. I felt like I didn't really need heaps of pockets in this journal since it's a writing journal. there's a tuck there. Again, there's another one of those booklets. A little tuck there. You tuck your receipts or whatever. I know a lot of ladies that use monthly journals, and I honestly think this is an ideal journal for a monthly journal. And that's what I was thinking when I did this kit, you know, writing about a summer months, and because it's delightful. I really love the colours, Lynn. Again, I made an envelope. Again, there's that vintage tablecloth. It's got a decoupage, doily, newspaper and lace, and a little bit of Tim Holtz decorations there. And that's the journal. It's really soft, and like I said, this wraps around itself, and this is vintage lace as well. And if you're interested in the kit, it does come with those beautiful ladies in it, I believe. Not 100% though. But you'll find Lynn on Paper Life by Lynn at Etsy. I love it. Thank you, Lynn.